This video covers the basics for using the divide command. Topics include point style format, PDMODE, OSNAP, divide, and divide with a block. When using the divide command, you must format the point style or set the PDMODE, which is two different ways to do basically the same thing. On the Home tab, go to the Utilities pull-down menu to Point Style. It allows you to choose a marking device or a node, as it is referred to in AutoCAD. There are actually 34 different styles of nodes to choose from as a visible marker for commands such as divide. From the Point Style dialog box, you will see a variety of styles to choose. The first box is style number 0, followed by number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and so on. This will be important later on when I explain PDMODE. Notice that the point style number 0 is signified by a tiny dot. Point style number 1 is invisible. The default point style is number 0. When assigning a point style to be used with the divide command, I typically use style number 3. The X marker is easy to see with straight lines. Explore which marking style has good visibility for your task. In this example, I will set point style to number 3. Now use the divide command to create 4 equal segments to this line. At the command line, type divide or the abbreviation div, enter. Read the command line, which indicates to you select object to divide. This means you should pick on the line segment. After you pick on the line, read the command line. Type a numeric value for the number of segments. In this case, I will type 4. Note there are 3 nodes visible and 4 equal line segments. The divide command is accurate and precise. Let's look at how the node changes when we assign different point styles to model space. Another corresponding setting with point style is OSNAP. At the command line, type OSNAP, enter. From the OSNAP list, check Node as a selection type. This means that you can now pick from a node when F3 OSNAP setting is toggled on. We can now draw lines from each point of the node. This is helpful to us as an accurate space planning tool. How do you turn off the point style when you do not want to see nodes everywhere in your drawing? There are 2 different methods. Go back to the Format pull-down menu to Point Style and reset the style to number 0, the default. In this way, the nodes will still be there, but they will not be in the way of your drafting. Alternatively, you can also delete nodes. If you want to leave the point style set to a visible marker, but you are done with these particular nodes, simply select the nodes and pick the delete key on your keyboard, or use the erase command in AutoCAD. Let's get a little bit more sophisticated with the divide command. Instead of assigning a point style to use as a marking symbol, we will add a surface-mounted light block equally spaced along the line. At the command line, type divide or the abbreviated div, enter. Pick the object to divide as directed at the command line. This time, select the choice for inserting a block. Type B for block, enter. AutoCAD is asking you to type the exact name of the block you wish to insert. At the command line, type surface, space, mounted, space, light, enter. Read the command line. AutoCAD is asking to align the symbol with the selected object, which is the line. Pick Y for yes. AutoCAD next asks you how many segments between the light symbol. Type 4, enter. There are now 3 equally spaced light symbols along the line segment. To wrap up our discussion of the divide command, we will quickly discuss PDMODE. PDMODE is an older command to choose a node style. At the command line, type PDMODE, all one word, enter. Notice that AutoCAD is asking you for a value. This value corresponds to the style number that is assigned to the nodes in the Point Style dialog box. Since I use the same few styles over and over, I prefer to type in PDMODE instead of going to the Point Style dialog box. If you use PDMODE, you will have to remember the numbers assigned to the marking styles in which you prefer. Whether you prefer to use the Point Style dialog box or type in PDMODE, the result is exactly the same. There is one last point that needs to be made here. Always verify that you are dividing a single line segment by picking on the line first. Sometimes you have 2 line segments that are lined up end to end, like you see in this example. Notice what happens when I use divide on the top line. Now see what happens when I try to divide the 2 lines below it. The results, as you can see, are very different. To recap, when using the divide command, you will need to assign a point style value or a node style as a marking device. You will also need to select node as one of the OSNAP settings.